Hi, I'm Luanne Ashe, L-U-A-N-N-E, Ashe with an E, represented by Carolyn's. And today I'd like to discuss some of the questions that are on my agenda. A little bit about myself. I am a mother of 3 girls, one of whom is now deceased. And I have been a school teacher in the elementary school system and trained for that at university. But now I am a private music teacher, and I have studios who come into my home, or students that come into my home, and I go out to other students' homes to teach, and I also teach out of a music store locally to me. I'm very concerned about what's happening in Ontario right now. I see that expenses are very high, very, very high for small business owners like myself who find it prohibitive to even consider hiring another person. For example, in my life, I hired a housekeeper at the height of my teaching profession who would come in and look after things and tidy things up. I also hired someone to be a music librarian for me and put all my music away and sort and help me do that. But I can't afford those anymore. My husband is retired from 30 years at a steel plant. He worked his way up from the ground floor, sweeping floors practically, and took apprenticeships and worked his way up into a management position. And then he retired. And what we have seen in the last 3 years of his retirement is that our expenses have exceeded far more than our income from retirement, even wisely spent in RSPs and different retirement packages, has become very limited by the increase in spending we've had to do on foolish things like gasoline for our car, gas to run our house, to heat and cook with, and to run our dryers. So the everyday things of life have become more expensive for us, while our income has, except for mine, has remained pretty static. We have one grandchild, and she lives very far away from us, so we don't see her very often at all. But we are very thankful for technology, which keeps us in touch with our family who are far away from us. Medical research and innovation are very important in our family. For example, my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, died of a massive heart attack, and that is very concerning to me. My great-grandmother died from complications of diabetes. And so the fact that we have new technologies and new interventions and new drugs to help us cope with these common illnesses is very important to me. And in my husband's family, his father died at age 42 of a massive heart attack, leaving 6 small children for his mother to raise. My husband's, all of his brothers have had the same heart problem, and my husband is one of 2 brothers who are left now. And my husband is a survivor of 6 cardiac bypass grafts, and the technology involved for that is just amazing. And if not for that, I would have been a widow in 2005. So I'm very grateful for innovation and for research that goes into this. I mentioned also that diabetes is in my family. I think that I developed adult onset diabetes probably in my 40s, but wasn't diagnosed until my late 50s. And there are so many wonderful new educational programs about balancing diet and exercise. I was a very fit person. I was very health conscious, and always from the 70s, I really was very nutritional and exercise and water conscious. And so it was a shock to me to develop diabetes. But now with a little bit of medication and a better exercise program for me and better balancing of nutrients in this stage of my life, I'm very grateful for the research and development that's gone on there, because, as I say, my great-grandmother suffered and died from that issue. And as far as community health services goes, I have a father right now suffering from a form of dementia, which is not Alzheimer's, and we had a terrible time finding a good treatment program for him, finding out that he was very sensitive to a lot of the drugs that were ordinarily given to patients in his condition. And with the help of the CCAC workers, we've been able to wean him of those drugs and get him stabilized so that now he's in a lovely facility that we can feel comfortable and confident in visiting him. And I'm very thankful for that. And I'm thankful for the CCAC workers who come in and sit with him at night when he has his worst times, so that he can remain in that place and as independent as he wants to be. So I'm very thankful for that. My mother, on the other hand, had breast cancer some years ago, and it was a bit of a scare for us. But again, modern technology and early intervention and a little bit of chemo, maybe a little bit of radiation helped her. So those are all wonderful things that have helped keep my family together and healthy. And for that, I'm very, very grateful.